Science student, when you are faced with a question in physics, what is the first thing to do? And the first thing you should do is to bring out the parameters. Now, from the parameters, to give a directive on the suitable formula you are supposed to use to evaluate the question. And the first thing I'm going to do from this question is to bring out the parameters. Now, this is how it is. A force of 16 Newton. In other words, my first parameter here is force, and my force is 16 Newton. So my force is 16 Newton. The next is applied to a 4 kilogram block. 4 kilogram. Now, kilogram is a unit for mass. In other words, this 4 is the mass. So my mass is 4 kilogram. The next I have that is at rest. In mechanics, when an object is at rest, means the initial velocity of the object is 0 meter per second. It means next my initial velocity is 0 meter per second. The next, rest on a smooth horizontal surface. What is the velocity of the block? So I'm looking for the velocity of the block at t is equal to 5 seconds. So when the time is 5 seconds, I'm looking for the final velocity. So my final velocity, I don't know, is what I'm looking for. Then the time is 5 seconds. So now with this parameter, I'm going to bring out the formula. Now, considering the laws of motion, I'm going to use Newton's second law of motion, which is F is equal to ma. So force is equal to mass times acceleration according to Newton's second law of motion. Now, our force is 16 Newton, our mass is 4 kilogram, then acceleration. We don't have acceleration, but the formula for acceleration is change in velocity over what? Time. And change simply means initial or final minus initial. So final velocity minus initial velocity, or divided by what? Time. So I'm going to use this formula in place of my acceleration. So force is equal to mass. In place of acceleration, I'm going to introduce change in velocity divided by time. So change in velocity divided by what? Time. Now, this is the formula I'm using to evaluate this question, where my F is my force and is 16 Newton. My M is my mass and is 4 kilogram. My final velocity is, I'm not given. My initial velocity is 0 meter per second, while my time is 5 seconds. So I want you to fix the values into this formula, evaluate, and get the value for the final velocity, or the velocity when the time is 5 seconds.